Learning the language of your family and ancestors can build powerful connections across time and space. That's particularly true when those languages faced near extinction. Educator Jeyan McCallum and our Ontario Hub's journalist Shelby Lisk have both embarked on a course of such learning. For McCallum, that's Lunaape. For Lisk, it's Mohawk, and they've both written about it for TVO.org. With us now for more in our studio at Carleton University in Ottawa, Shelby Lisk, head of our Ontario Hubs that covers Indigenous issues, and here in our studio, Jeyan McCallum, who is a Munsee language teacher and a PhD student at OISE, the Ontario Institute for Studies in Education. Welcome both.
Thank you.
So,
Hello.
you guys are both learning the language of your ancestry. Jeyan, I'm going to start with you. Lunaape is endangered with only a few people speaking it. How are you learning the language?
So I'm learning it a couple of ways. I learn it with a fellow teacher back on my community, Munsee, Delaware. But I also take it upon myself to use the dictionary and create resources that I think would be helpful for the community, as well as I post sayings on Twitter. So I'm using the language daily while I'm trying to support perhaps off-reserve members who want to access the language as well. So it's like a daily usage by creating those sort of phrases that I put out on social media.
I want to clarify, Lunaape and Munsee interchangeable?
They are. So Munsee, I think, was the older term for the language, and Lunaape is more respectful in terms of using the Lunaape language to describe the actual language.
All right, Shelby, you are learning Mohawk. How are you finding it?
Yeah, so it's been an interesting experience. I'm in a class in my home community, which is Tyendinaga, and I'm 3 semesters into a course that I'm taking there. But just like Jeyan was saying, if you don't use the language every day, it is really challenging to remember it. And so living in Ottawa, 3 hours away from my community, there's not a lot of people to speak to. I haven't met any Mohawk people here that I can practice with, so that has been really challenging.
I'm going to follow up with that. With so few people practicing it, not living on the reserve, how do you perfect the language then?
I will get back to you when I figure that out. For me, I think that everybody, I've talked to other people who are learning Mohawk, and a lot of people who learn it, young people especially, actually become language teachers, and I think that that's how they keep it alive. But unless people in your family speak it, really, it's really difficult. There's not a lot of places I can go to hear the language. Pretty much my language class, or if I go to ceremony, if I go to Longhouse in my community, those are kind of the 2 places where I can really hear my language. So that's definitely been difficult. My partner's been really supportive. He's not Indigenous, but he's actually taking classes with me as well. So I'm hoping that with him doing that, we'll be able to speak together and I'll be able to learn it a bit better.
Jeyan, I'm going to ask you. You live in Toronto part-time, and you also get to the reserve once a month. So how are you able to kind of perfect the language there?
Through the power of sort of modern technology, so you can Skype with those back home who can speak. We also have a lot of phone calls. There's an awful lot of texting going back and forth. I'm thinking of using this word. Is this correct in this situation? And we sort of have a whole dialogue there. But it's being active. If groups or organizations want translations done, it's almost the very best way to sort of mobilize the community speakers that we have to really start to talk about how words should be created, or if what we're trying to say is appropriate. So it's sort of use it or lose it, right? And to meet up with people and to talk with them in any sort of form is important.
Shelby, how does learning your language help you understand or get a better understanding of your ancestors and the stories that you learn?
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite parts of learning the language. I'm always the person in class who's asking, okay, that's the word, that's how you say it, but like pull it apart for me, where does it come from? Because a lot of our words are very old and they do give a lot of context to how our ancestors lived. So I remember learning the word, my teacher was talking about one of the words that we have for rain, and it actually has the same root as the word that we use for love, which is gunarunkwa, and it means that it's precious. And to me, that's an example of, in English we would say, oh, it's a rainy day. It's kind of, a crummy day outside. But in Ganingeha, you can't say that because you're saying that this rain is precious. So I just think that gives you so much perspective on the culture.
Ian, you talk about kind of using social media to kind of revive the language. Tell me about that initiative. How are you actively trying to revive Lunaape?
So it started at the beginning of this year where I was putting out phrases. I thought I'd put out vocabulary words that would help language classes back at home. But I also thought about off-reserve members who live at quite a distance from the community, like myself, who might be able to access and then sort of build their vocabulary on a daily basis. I'm looking for ways to sort of expand that into other modes because, of course, I've got good feedback from people who live off community that this is a wonderful way where they feel like they're part and they feel like they're connected back to their community, connected to the land. So as Shelby said, with different words that can be used when you're on community, can you use them off reserve? Can you use them in a social media context without that person actually being there? An example would be, because we're in studio together, I could say Kwinganewa Lomo, which means it's good to see you. However, if I'm on the phone, I can't use that. But could we use it on Skype? And that's that whole dialogue where we get the people talking about, is there a better way we could say it?
Very interesting. Now, both of you guys have your articles on tvo.org. Now, tvo.org has begun translating Indigenous stories into Indigenous languages. I want to pull up a board. Here's what Editor-in-Chief Graham Bayliss wrote about the initiative. In 2015, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission issued 94 calls to action. One of them states that Aboriginal languages are a fundamental and valued element of Canadian culture and society, and there is an urgency to preserve them. TVO shares this view. That is why we're embarking on a new initiative. For the past several weeks, we've been working to develop a network of Indigenous translators. We hope to expand this network in the coming months. Canada brought about the endangerment of these languages. Canadians working together with Indigenous communities must do what they can to protect them. And you can read the full editor's note on our website, tvo.org. I'm going to open this question up to both of you. I want to start with Ian. Do you share this sentiment?
Absolutely. I mean, coming from a language group where there's very few of us left, there's a need immediate. There's an immediacy to making sure that this language survives for my own children. So whatever can be done, and for the most part, it has to be done by the community with outside access to resources to make sure this happens.
Shelby?
Yeah, I feel like Canadians should be angry that they don't learn Indigenous languages in school. I think that they should be appalled that Indigenous languages are not our official languages in Canada. And I think that, Indigenous people can't do this entirely on their own. And so we do really need support. And I think that Canadians need to realize how dire it is, that some of these languages could be lost. That's a loss of entire worldview and entire culture.
Now, you had one of your articles on tvo.org, your first article, translated. How did it feel to see your article in Mohawk?
It was really wonderful. I tried to read it, and I'm such a beginner learner that I couldn't read a lot of it, but it was really great. And the person who translated it was actually an elder who had come to our language class before in Tyendinaga, so it was this really nice personal connection for me as well.
Now, Ian, you had actually quite a unique experience with this because not only did you write the article, but you also translated it. What was that experience like?
It's quite tiring, I'll find. I find that when you write in English, the translation doesn't go very smoothly into Lunaape or Munsee. You need to think it outside of being in an English language in order for the Lunaape to work. So you're almost challenging yourself to think in a Lunaape way and to write English, which is very, very complex. And I find that translating, you get very tired. Mm-hmm. And of course, whereas you have an editor for your English language work, I have editors for my Munsee language work. So it's a very time-consuming, at times tiring procedure, but very well worth it.
Well, it's very, very exciting stuff. I'm just curious, I have one last question. How do you say thank you in Lunaape?
Anishik.
Anishik. Well, Anishik, thank you so much for coming on the show. Shelby, thank you so much for coming on the show. That's Jeyan McCallum. He is an Indigenous language educator, and Shelby Lisk, our Ontario Hub's journalist covering Indigenous issues. Thank you, guys.
Anishik.
Nyawa.
The Agenda with Steve Paikin is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario. CPA Ontario is a regulator, an educator, a thought leader, and an advocate. We protect the public. We advance our profession. We guide our CPAs. We are CPA Ontario. And by viewers like you. Thank you.